it's okay. Like, because I'm thinking like with the Tiny and the Bounty early, it's fine. That seems pretty solid. And then as you transition into like the mid game and we're like smoking up and looking for those like game winning team fights, that's where I could see like the PA just jumping in alongside. But you know, the counter initiation is threatening from Heroic. If you do go for those big plays and you're a little bit too slow, there's an Echo Slam. There's a potential black hole later on. There's just even a hook shot counterplay. Jumping first into Heroic looks disastrous. So you got to be really sure that you're going to get this dual kill and you're going to get it fast. Or it could go pretty awful for you.
So what, is it a game where we're feeling like probably the snowball has to be a big factor here from Falcons with their lineup, like you're saying, with the Tiny, with the Legion, and then the Bounty tracks? Because if you feel like Heroic's team fight just seems a little bit easier to execute, you know, maybe the PA can do PA things, I suppose, as the game goes on, but would we say that Falcons, you're looking for them to have a pretty big advantage around like the 15-20 minute mark?
Yeah, I think having an advantage of 20 would be great. I think they have really good skirmishing heroes on the side of Falcons, whereas Heroic don't really. Like, if you take any two heroes from Heroic, they don't do a whole lot in the mid game, you know? Like, you would have to like fully commit Earthshaker like Echo Slam plus like maybe Clockwork plus a global ulti from KJ, and you can probably get some kills. Whereas on the other side of Falcons, you know, you got Legion plus Tiny, you can blow up a lot of these people. You got Legion plus Bounty, you can probably pick off some of the weaker heroes. I think they look a little bit better at just like the small fights, but yeah, that team fight, they definitely have some frightening team fight on the side of Heroic. But you also brought up earlier the ability to control the egg is pretty minimal for Heroic, so Snake King could have some pretty big plays.
Well, we'll see what Snake King's going to be able to do, and of course he has some value as well with the Sunray this game versus the Brissa back. So his Ag Shard could be quite beneficial. Of course, Skeeter's Ag Shard as well is going to be pretty important.
Yeah. Nice play by Schofield too. He did that body blocking the Radiant Wave and then used the cogs as well near the tower, so they started attacking, so it pulled it back even further, and that got the entire wave shoved in so deep under the tower that even with these body blocks after, Whisper is set up in a really great spot to start.
Seems like Heroic's offlane should be able to capitalize on at least the creep equilibrium. We'll see how top goes at the moment though. So how do you actually look to play the lane with Falcons? I believe you potentially mentioned it already in the draft. Is this something where you are just thinking about dragging if you're crit, or can you play this lane in the real way like we've seen in the past?
You're mostly dragging, I would say. Right? Like, you're a melee core versus Bristleback. You're not really going to have the best time. Crit, you know, he's just battling with KJ over this camp. Gets a couple there, though, which is nice. They're a bit nervous about their couriers, which you can't blame them. Crit does not have a ward down in terms of finding these couriers, though, so no deep hunting for him in this one.
In an ideal game as well for Crit, if he's able to get a couple of items, what would you like the build to be? Because definitely the bounty with some kills can have a relatively versatile item build.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the better things about him. You can go a couple different ways. Doesn't look like the best Spirit Vessel game. I wouldn't hate it just because there is a Bristle. So, I mean, that could be an option. But sometimes you get like 2 or 3 heroes where it looks like amazing versus. It could be something there. It's a pretty good 4-staff game, but that item is falling off a little bit. But I like it versus Clockwork. I like it versus Shaker in a lot of situations. I like Yules. Like, I mean, the Glimmer is always going to be nice versus the Zeus. A lot of different ways you can go for sure.
Okay, seems like nothing you're like overly happy about, where you feel like it's 100% guaranteed. There's just maybe a couple of different routes, and see what it's going to be for Crit this game.
Yeah, get like a little bit of a feel of the game going.
Roll for the Lotus. Got it actually in the end. Crit, a little bit of trouble, has a big one. Fairy Fire as well, but the quills are starting to stack up along with the damage from KJ. Zeus might be able to do it by himself by the looks of it. Another bolt. KJ's able to strike first. Skeeter bottom lane as well, importantly. Okay, Schofield and Whisper able to find the kill. Snake King will strike back, however, so with the Phoenix at least able to find something here, but you are losing a big hero into Skeeter's Phantom Assassin.
That's not great. Whisper getting a lot of space for some easy CS here with the Eidolons too. No Fire Spirits available for a while, so these Eidolons are just going to be denying and last-hitting every single creep.
Crit's bottom. Okay, Whisper maybe not expecting this. Crit's going to pop out of Invis. Another kill for them, and now maybe even Schofield. They want the Eidolons first, who's putting a little bit of pressure into Snaking, threatening his own life, but they'll turn once they've dealt with some of them. Securing a second. Snaking 3-0. We were speaking about this, man, you know, could be pretty massive for them inside the team fights with the eggs, with the sun rays, and definitely the worst hero to be getting some early golden experience on.
Yeah, that was crazy because that was a rotation in when he didn't even have the Fire Spirits back up, so didn't have a whole lot to offer, but it was a perfect dive in, just enough to ensure that he could get the kills with the returning PA, and a nice jump through from Crit. Trying to dodge away from this Zeus that is certainly a very much planned counterpick versus these potential Invis heroes. Myron Crit just farming up through this small camp. That's one way to eliminate it, right? Just use the through and through of the Shuriken. Well, there is a mid lane. I know we haven't talked about it at all because it's Earthshaker versus Tiny. You guys have probably seen this quite a bit lately, and it's going exactly how you would expect. The Shaker has a few more denies because of Totem, but no one should die. No one's rotating at all, and the CS is almost even. So nothing too wild happening in the mid.
Yeah, don't need to keep that many tabs. We can look back with the power runes coming up pretty shortly, but that's that both mid laners are happy. Now the rotation. Crit this time through the portal. We'll see if they're going to be able to read this here for Heroic. Whisper is still positioned a little bit far out inside the lane, and it's going to be another opportunity to jump from Falcons. Schofield will do whatever he can, but the Cogs really only delays it.
Jeez, man. Like, it just takes a moment, and he's just gone. And that minimal armor on the Phoenix almost cost Snaking his life there, thanks to the Eidolons whipping into him, but he survives. Nice play.
Very nice.
Great way to try and punish this Enigma. It's funny because like you think of Enigma as being this like stalwart offlaner who whenever the Eidolons are out, it's very difficult to actually make these moves and plays on top of them. But because they can just throw the Fire Spirits on the Eidolons and then use the Invis to immediately close the gap, suddenly he's just like the Emperor has no clothes, you know? Like he's supposed to be all spooky and scary with this big army, and they just cut through him immediately.
And now the army's back farming inside the jungle for Whisper. So with the drums, there was a potential opportunity to put some pressure onto PA and maybe the tower. He needs to be farming up towards the level 6, and maybe that's when he can re-enter the lane, threat him with the black hole. But it means that Schofield is trying to soak some of the experience, and oh, it's 4 heroes. Even Melrin actually wants to get involved off the back of the haste. So we're going to kill and continue to put some pressure onto the tower, possibly the Wisdom Rune as well.
I think I played my first game of Phoenix in Bangkok for like since like the hero came out. Like I haven't played the hero much since it like dropped, and I could not believe how good this hero felt to play. It was so much fun. Like I'm feeling it just watching Snaking as they almost managed to steal that Wisdom Rune away. Crit on the run. And yeah, that low armor though, Whisper will eventually get the kill with the Eidolons. They went a bit too far here. Crit also gonna get dunked on because he's missing detection and does not want to mess around. Yeah, good finish there. But like I'm seeing it too, like you can see why this hero is just so prioritized right now in the pro scene. It's just so much damage. But yeah, that low armor does eventually come back to bite you. So Whisper recovering a lot there.
So what's the trade across the map? Because we did get a kill, I believe, onto KJ as well. So 1-for-1 in regards to the Wisdom. Falcons do lose some of the members, and with a little bit of the experience and also map control going back Heroic's way, they will continue to put the pressure onto the tower down bottom. Even Yuma wants to come through the portal just in case Falcons consider bringing some extra numbers down to defend their safe lane.
It's funny, before that kill and everything, Whisper was like one of the lowest cores, but really what's happening is that all the cores are just so similar. Like he got that big bounty, which juiced him up like 300 gold, but there's only a 300 gold gap between Analog and Whisper at the moment. All 6 of our cores are extremely tight.
Is there one that you were expecting to have a worse game than what we're seeing? Because like you're saying, everyone is very happy with the start.
No, I think it kind of makes sense, right? Like we knew mid would be even. We knew that top would probably get kind of weird because you'd just be lane pulling and farming with the bounty hunter, but instead of like lane pulling and farming, he just like put pressure on the other lane, which just pulls the Zeus away the other way. So then the Legion's fine that way. So it kind of just makes sense.
Okay. See who's going to be able to use the network the most though heading into the early game. We do have a rotation from Wisp at the top trying to catch Amar. Amar's got a pretty good read of this though by the looks of it. Not sure if he got a glimpse of someone who's going to be able to avoid the gank. Meanwhile, we do see Falcons as well trying to invade, just getting some information over by Heroic's triangle. They've scattered out the double stack at the Ancients, but haven't really been able to slow down too much of the economy, taking anything away from Dire.
Well, if I had a game plan right now, as always, I think it would be deep wards would be really solid for Falcons. I feel like they're the ones who have a little bit of pressure just because they have this Legion Commander. They have this Tiny. You want to start picking up some of these kills. And they're trying to do that up top here, but yeah, they're a little bit slow. Oh, this is going to be risky. He already has 6
from
quills.
Yuma. A look to go for the duel. Backup is coming through the form of Analog. Analog threatening with the Echo Slam. He doesn't really have anyone else, so a bit slow. Whisper's going to try and funnel in over to the right side. Black Hole at the ready. You want to use it solo onto Crit. It's a bit awkward, however.
He's still just running after them as the raindrop procs.
Okay. Well, what do we get out of that? A lot of rotations, duel, very low cooldown, some rotations from Heroic. Bottom does give a link to Schofield. Mid's getting pushed in as well. Looks like Heroic going to do their best to try and trade the towers. Unfortunately, this mid tower, full health. So we'll take quite some time. Radiant going to be able to take the T1 top and respond accordingly.
Yeah, he's popping those drums mid though. So kind of forcing them to make sure they come back. Skeeter's on the long road to the Battle Fury here. Amar just sticking in the lane after the failed duel attempt means that he has taken over the net worth as he's the first one to crack 5K. We are now just looking for our level 6s, really. I mean, Snaking must be super close. Yeah, he's very close because he almost had it up top there. But we're still waiting on it from KJ, who is under a ward right now as he helps to set things up inside the Dire jungle.
Closer with the clock as well. Looks like he's still continued to soak some experience bottom. So very shortly, you will have a hookshot online. And maybe they're actually going to try and use this straight away with the threat of Whisper even coming over. Skeeter looking for the solo kill onto Schofield very shortly. He's going to have a black hole straight to the face, and no one else is remotely close to do anything to protect him. So nicely done. Schofield baiting his life, has the 6, and now they can look to go mid. They'll be too late to keep the tower alive, but can potentially stop Falcons from invading deeper into Heroic's territory.
Yeah, Battery Salt's back up here. He's going to find Malrine. Does anyone want to assist him?
Some people come over. Let's be a little bit careful about giving an opportunity for a toss target. Schofield's going to get far enough away.
Yeah, not quite enough mana on his allies, unfortunately, to really assist, so Malrine is just happy to step back up and take that. Oh, wait, he snuck in behind and got the mid tower with that? Oh, that was funny. Well done from Whisper.
How is the map supposed to look now with the current position that we have and the network that everyone has? Are you expecting one side to try and gravitate towards a specific point on the map now?
Yeah, I think right now it's going to be first Heroic are going to try and flex this blink. So sure, will have a smoke come out, and ideally you'd probably want to hunt the PA again. That should be the main one, but controlling and being invasive should be Falcons, right? They have this bounty hunter. I imagine Crit's going to want to try and get some deeper vision down, spot couriers, see where movement's going, so you can set up for potential gank plays from this Tiny plus Legion Commander. And you can see they're all just grouping together right now. All 3 cores down bottom is this tower. Maybe hoping to get a fight out of Heroic. This could be bad for them. Oh, this could be a good dunk.
They're going to get one. Analog. Oh, what a great blink initiation. He's going to be able to clip the Tiny over to the right side. Melrine's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, Schofield got a lonely crit under the secret shot. Heroic tower goes down, ain't gonna matter. Great blink rebuild from Analog.
Oh man, yeah, that is devastating. The Thunder God's Wrath plus a Clockwork who's just going to be carrying detection is going to make life very hard for Crit. Because if you're anywhere nearby when this ulti pops, it's like, oh, I found him, you know? It's just immediately just going to get the hook shot. And I think they were trying to make a setup like bait play where they're kind of like hitting the tower a little bit and then like, all right, let's go. Like Avalanche, I want to duel him, you know? Crit's coming over and then boom. Lurking to the east, Analog just immediately ends any idea of a fight there from Falcons. Now the hard part is you got to get back on the horse, right? Echo Slam's down. Wait, we got to move in again here.
Unfortunately, where do we move though with Melrain's blink? Does not have it just yet, so a little bit later of a blink than what they would be hoping for, which could give some time. Importantly, if you had that blink, maybe you look to invade into the jungle, take away the ancient stack that Yuma is currently farming. So like both supports are going to assist with trying to take this. Yuma's going to move over further to the east and find another stack as well, which would have been massive for Falcons to take away. But now this will catapult the Bristle further up in the net worth.
Crit is trying to get some of this deep vision, and he's going to find Whisper up here. Oh, did he get spotted?
I think he did.
Whoops. All right, that ward's busted. Although it's hard to tell if he actually saw him ward. I don't think he did. Oh, the jukes. Man, Analog not going to chase. Decides it's not really worth it. Doesn't want to waste his next Exo Slam on just a bounty hunter kill. Wants to find something worth a little bit more, it looks like.
Maybe that hero could be bottom. Amara's showing really far forward. It's a bit difficult for them to start though. Like, yeah, what? KJ's going to try and slow him down as best as he can, but it's going to give Amara an opportunity to turn with the dual. Analog ready to go once again. Echo Thunder Gods. The bait was perfect, heroic. They were there in the nick of timing, and the duel still yet to get the first victory of the game.
I think... Am I crazy, or did the duel turn him so that the Bristleback saved him from the Toss Avalanche? Because I think it did. His Toss Avalanche only did 640 damage. I'm pretty sure he blinked to the right side, but then as the duel happened, it turned Yuma, and then he just did the combo to his back. Because he should have died. Almost assuredly, I'm pretty sure he should have died. I mean, this is a level 9 Tiny. That's so unfortunate. I guess we can see. Because it looks like he kind of gets the face, but he gets turned around.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's just doing 360s on it. What really matters is that Analog is again just there to ruin things. This is what we talked about. Like, we're talking about what the mid game's gonna look like, and it's gonna be, if you're not instant, if the death is not immediate with these duels, the counter initiation is so strong from so many of these heroes. Like, we have a blink on an Enigma, we have a blink on an Earthshaker, we have hookshot. Like, you're gonna get ruined if you don't kill them instantly.
Could be a little bit faster, and without these dual kills,
Amara is standing here trying to D-ward. All right, he's gonna get away with it. Sorry. I thought they were gonna jump him.
So, I don't know if... Have we mentioned the Midas on Whisper? Because he is really getting up there in the net worth, and this is something that late game... you have absolutely zero answers. So he's going to go BKB. I know you mentioned inside the draft, we're not kind of looking at the black hole as this real big thing about the hero at the moment. But the beautiful thing about him is that if you do have a good BKB black hole game, then yes, we will be mentioning it a couple of times. Analog, jump inside looking for a quick assassination onto Crit. They're going to try and get the toss back to Amar's location, but the Cox makes it a little messy. We'll attempt to turn around with the duel. Supernova's in a great spot over to the left side, but once again, Amar's going to go down. Maybe they want to jump in. Skeeter tries to do his best. A little bit awkward with the toss there. Analog still alive for the moment. Avalanche covers him on the edge. And Melrain puts himself in a position where Skeeter can jump away, so you'll keep the PA alive. Meanwhile, they will still, of course, be able to assassinate Snake King as well. In the end, it is a 2 for 3 favoring Heroic. We still are not able to get that dual victory for Amar.
Yeah, and they were barely able to get Analog, too. He almost managed to sneak his way out of there because Skeeter struggling to decide if it was possible for him to go in there and get something successfully. As Melrain ends up going down after that's all said and done. just gets caught by the Malefice. And unable to escape. Oh, what a terrible death to give away immediately after.
How is it only 1,000 lead though? Is this really the bounty? Have they got that many kills with the trap?
I mean, that's a good question. Partially that, partially the Earthshaker. Like, think about Analog's game. Would you guess that he is only 300 gold ahead of Tiny? Like, he's had these big echo slams and stuff, but he's been roaming a lot. He's just been walking around the map. He's not hitting creeps and farming as much as you might have expected. So he's kind of slowed down more so. I feel like he should probably be closer to like 9K, but I mean, that's why he's getting these counterplays, because he is lurking. He is waiting. So it is a bit of a cost that he's paying.
We're going to see the Falcons look to try and force an objective. What do we got in regards to the cooldowns? Echo up in 15 seconds. Black Hole, of course, still quite some time away. They will scout it out, which is pretty early enough to maybe force a fight if they're quick.
Yeah, they're TPing. They don't want to give it up for free. Radiant already scanning. That scan is not going to connect on
BKB as well. Early item for him.
All right, Dire Vision. They're going to see Amar. Well, maybe they won't.
Just gonna go down before they get their supernova as well. Analog solo echo slam, looking to try and take him out of the team fight. He doesn't have the damage, and now the jump. Analog will go down to Skeeter. Is in a little bit of danger though. Yuma wants to disengage with the rest of the team, but Skeeter wants to stop them short and won't be able to do so with ease. We're gonna hook shot down to the south. Schofield looking to try and use this to cover his escape, but it's not easy. Skeeter continuing to stay on top of the members of Heroic. Aegis has been claimed. Yuma looking like a raid boss inside the team fight. They had the answers for some of the other members, but the Bristleback was not one of them. So Yuma deals with that extra life and will be able to get away, but a much better fight. Finally, we see some signs of life for Falcons.
Yeah, getting that Aegis away from Heroic might be the real win here, but yeah, decent gold chunk going their way there as they take down 3. Unfortunately, Amar, he's the one who pays the cost. You know, he kind of has to die at the start of it, but he's just transferring a little gold over to Skeeter, who now also has the shard completed. Didn't have it for that fight, I don't believe. Or maybe I missed it, but I think he just got delivered.
No, I don't think he did.
So that's going to help a lot. And this is where you finally get a little bit of an answer back towards the Bristleback, because up until this point in the game, Bristleback's actually theoretically a pretty good counter to Phantom Assassin, since you have all this damage, as you see at the end, that goes through evasion, right? You don't have to worry about it, but that dunk, that slam, not quite enough damage, unfortunately, to get the finish onto Amar, and that's why you get the turnaround onto Analog. No BKB Black Hole or anything there for Whisper to cover the Black Hole not being back up yet, and then great timing on the BKB as well from Skier as he hops in, dodges a lot of that damage from the Zeus, and goes a bit greedy going for the kill, and that's where you end up losing the Aegis, because Yuma's just able to say, hey, hairball, and then instant burst damage on top of you.
Yeah. Good decision from Skeeter though. Apparently this Phantom Assassin has quite a versatile item build in regards to when you can go for these items, but second item BKB is not what we get too often. But he felt it required for this specific game, and we actually saw how different the fight was able to look with that. So
yeah, I think he gets blown up there, and you also just lack the confidence to make a lot of those moves if you don't have that BKB. So certainly good decisions there. Someday Amar will get dual damage. I mean, it's really just good because there's nothing sadder than winning the duel with level 1 because you only get 10 damage. Like, what's the point?
Oh,
you know?
I see.
Yeah, that's what really what's. Oh. Here we go. All right, they're waiting.
Yeah, we're gonna get it now.
Yeah, hold them, keep them alive.
Now make sure he tosses in one of the creep waves just to let Amar close the distance and have that TPB there. So there we go. He has given more damage away than what he's gotten still, which I find funny. 20 on the Earthshaker, 10 on the Bristleback. But he...
20 on the Clockwork as well.
Clockwork has... Okay, so yeah, dude is giving 50 away. Like... that's a tough one.
I mean, he's Amar the Friendly, famously, you know? He's helping out his opponents.
And looking to go again, though, is Amar and Falcons. It's doing a good job to be able to scout deep inside Heroic's territory.
Now, do they know about the Blink BKB Enigma, though? Because it's now ready to go here on Whisper. Now, in theory, duel is what? That's a pretty short range. I think in theory you can... I mean, if it's the perfect black hole, you know, it is theory. in theory possible, I think, right? Blink cancel that.
Sure,
Not easy,
yeah, in theory.
but we'll see if it comes into play. We have the egg shaker. I'm a hater. I'm a certified hater on this build. Can I just say that? Yeah.
Melrine? They're going to be able to scout up the Tiny. A quick jump and a quick and easy kill. Melrine has no one nearby. They've sacked the life of their mid laner. Falcons one's out.
I think this Ags after Blink is a bait. I think the Kaya BKB build feels better to me, or just BKB. Because I feel like Shakers don't ever win a fight based off of this Ags. I feel like they just blink Echo Slam and then they just kill themselves trying to not blink or trying to do something extra with the enchant totem. All right, nice,
okay.
nice. That was big. That's we call that the break and percent base damage.
Up to 40 damage now. Like you said, he was just waiting for the extra level in duel.
Yeah, just makes sense.
I haven't actually seen the build that you're mentioning on the Earthshaker, but I can understand what you're saying.
The problem is, of course, is that you get cleave, and so who can say no to that? Because then you're just jumping around and you're farming all these camps, and you're like, how can I not buy this item?
And it's fun. It's just fun as well, jumping around.
It is very fun.
Mobility, right? That's what did you say yesterday? Mobility wins games. Something?
It does win games, but for Shaker, it's a bait because like you start doing these plays that you shouldn't be doing, you know, and then you get hit by one stun and you don't have a BKB yet, and you're like, oh man, this hero kind of sucks if I get hit by a mini stun.
Well, they've got a very interesting ward from Heroic that is going to scout out Melrine trying to take the stack. Wow, nice. With what I believe, or maybe it was Crit that saw the Rocket Flare coming before it was able to cancel the blink, so Melrine narrowly avoids that gank. They'll get the D ward, but it does pull a lot of Heroic members down to bottom in that attempt, and we are seeing this net worth lead even without the Aegis, right? Falcons, it was that big fight though, they were able to at least trade even, and then since then take another decent 4,000 lead, and they make a decent use of the track.
Yeah, the more and more BKBs. I feel like what we're going to see is a blink duel, and they're just going to combo with the egg. Because I don't think at this point they can actually get kills in the duel. Like, we're not quite at that damage point, especially with how tanky some of these heroic heroes are. But if you force a duel and you also drop the egg at the same time, I don't know if these counter initiation plays can work, right? Like, blink BKB black hole won't matter. Echo Slam might not matter because you're just tanky enough to survive that initial impact, especially with the shard on the Phoenix. So I think that's the play.
Thinking about going for Yuma. Go. There's the attempt like we saw last time. Whispers ready with the black hole, but is it going to be enough to be able to keep the Bristleback alive? It's close. It's close. Yuma will still go down. Skeeter's good for 2. And they're happy with that. Falcons, they do not have the ability to keep up. We thought it looked like it was quick enough with the black hole before the supernova was out, but we are seeing this Aghanim shard from Skeeter against the Bristleback be massive.
Yeah, I mean, look how much damage. Snaking did the most damage in that fight. You did 3,000 damage. I think that is the play. You just, the second you blink duel, you just egg. Like, he didn't wait for anything. He kind of had the egg going, like, as the black hole in the BKB is coming out. And he's like, perfect. Exactly how you play these fights. As we get the replay. Like, they were all ready for that. Because, I mean, obviously, Heroic are also kind of baiting this out, right? But they both just kind of drop it at the same time. They're like, yep. And then the heal's just rocking through, the stun ray hitting all those opponents. And then once you're not getting the kill with that black hole, the fight's over. No chance for Analog to make a play.
Do you agree with the BKB decision from the Bristleback? Because at least we saw in that fight, if he had Bloodstone, he probably would have, he had the chance to be able to heal back up. Like, he didn't get bursted. They're going to try and burst the Phoenix, and yeah, that'll be easy.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of like middling, right? Like, he's got the Voodoo Mask and then plus the Sanj and Yasha. I don't know. That is a tough one. Maybe he's worried about knocking the BKB off in time, I guess. Or, sorry, the Bloodstone. So, yeah. I could go either way on it, really.
I don't even know what the cookie cutter Bristleback build is at the moment with all the Lincolns, Glimmers, whatever is going on with this hero. So.
Yeah, no one knows for sure. Like this, I mean, this is pretty much it. It's just like you Bloodstone / BKB. Usually we don't have it quite mixed up like this, but sometimes you get the early Voodoo Mask because obviously, you know, it's decent value for 12%. It's nice when you also have a neutral that helps with it, which unfortunately he doesn't.
Just to vindicate his axe for Yuma. Level 19, getting close to 20. But really, the biggest issue is Skeeter. And is this ever going to change? Like, so far this game, like, he is 5, 2, and 8, top net worth by a long shot. I think this is Satanic now completed as well.
Yeah, and this is even, I mean, we've been having some of these, like, Lincoln's builds and stuff, and we're still seeing all the damage from the PA. This is, like, damage and survivability being mixed together.
They see a Mara under the ward, so maybe going to set up a trap, baiting someone for the duel potential and having everyone nearby, but it's quite risky.
Yeah, really want to make sure they have snaking here for the egg. I think if you are heroic, the dream is getting snaking, or at least disabling him in a way where he can't get into the fight. Like, if you hookshot him, for example, I think would be great. Like, force a bad egg. Oh. Schofield's in the pit. He might get found here.
Ward on the other side was at least able to scout out.
Courier? The courier just went over him. I don't think they noticed, though. Oh, now he's got a flare from down there. Schofield's crazy. Well, Reen's just like, where'd that flare come from? Where is this guy?
Well, they feel like they are not in a position. Wait, how did he get there?
He flared it.
That's such a crazy bait. Flare deep into the outpost to make. Is that worth? Okay.
Dude, if he stole the Aegis, it was worth it. He was breaking ankles with that play.
I didn't see him deep.
Oh, Schofield, dude. He's trying to go for the highlight reel. That's my goat right there.
Heroic. They were hoping someone came through the portal. They will not. So now they're going to look for the backstab. Is this a fight you want to take? Sure, no duel, but
if you get the Phoenix.
Oh, you got a good ward. You're going to see snaking momentarily, but taking care. Quick jump. They want to try and deal with the Mara instead. Black hole clips onto 2. Snaking unable to really do much at the moment. Egg will come out now. Skeeter assassinates the Enigma. Now going to look over to the secondary member as well, but the egg will go off, and now Yuma's in trouble. Once you're going to have the fan and knives back up, this will give Skeeter an opportunity to be able to deal with the Bristly. Once KJ first, and Yuma recognizes this is his opportunity just to get away. He cannot stick around long enough. Skeeter, he is the raid boss inside this team fight. He is the person you are unable to address.
Dude, this Phoenix is such a problem, man. It's like, I can't tell if he tried to egg first, but he actually ran out of mana on Snake. Then he had a wand, and then he eventually went for the egg play on the second go. Like, I thought maybe he was going to try and save Amara, but he ends up making Malrine last so much longer than he should have. Malrine took like 4,100 damage before they actually got the kill on him, thanks to all the heals that he was dishing it on Snaking. And even a fight like that where it thinks like it might be good. Yeah, right here. He goes for the stun ray, but he doesn't have quite enough mana for the egg. So he can't do a counterplay as the black hole's happening. But then he has to wand up. Then he drops the egg. And look at these heals. Like, how is this guy living? That's just so ridiculous. I love how he turns to toss Peter on top of Analog. Get him. Skeeter's lurking by their base right now with an amplified damage room with a ward. He's looking to go a little crazy. They drop the Nimbus on him.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to utilize the amp damage. Skeeter and Falcons still happy with the current position. They've got 12,000 net worth lead.
Glimmer Cape's online, you know. GG item. The old GG Cape, as we call it now, of course.
What a world we live in. GG Cape. Let's see.
Yep.
Skeeter. As soon as he hits it, they're going to see Heroic waiting in the trees.
It's the spicy. Crit's got a gem. That would be a great thing to get back for them.
Really nice scan. Not back off. Not give a free fight for Heroic, or at least a fight where they are set up and ready on their terms. So Skeeter will get the T2 tower.
Level 25 here. -1 attack to trigger now with the methodical. Did not opt for the triple stifling, which I've been seeing quite a bit lately from these PAs.
We'll see maybe the attacks with the extra nuke. It's the guaranteed here from Skeeter in a couple of the fights.
Yeah, with these Amar duels, of course. I mean, he really is the big dog. Like, he's level 25. Malreen's level 17. Amar's level 18. They are both behind the cores on the side of the Dire, at least in terms of analog and Yuma. Oh, Amar? He's going to find Whisper. Is this enough?
Yeah. It looks like it's probably going to be if he gets lucky with the procs. And yeah, it is. Amar. Solo kill from him again. Started pretty rough with the duels, but that's a big one. Whisper, no buyback for 45. And now an opportunity for Falcons to get some extra out of this kill.
You know, I actually don't know this. If you buy Shard on Legion, does it boost the enemy wins? I assume it doesn't, but I don't actually know.
I would imagine.
It just sounds very funny. I feel like it shouldn't apply retroactively to enemies, but if you kill someone new, it should apply. But I don't know. Oh, I have not cast Legion in a while.
Yeah, this hero is... I mean, he's quite dead at the moment, but I was doing not a bad job with him. Falcon playing well around it as well. Oh, hookshot? Think to cancel the TP from Amar, so
yeah,
Schofield being annoying. This game is really getting out of control quite quickly. 18,000 net worth lead. Falcons themselves in prime position. They're able to get a range barracks mid. And we are still left wondering when we're going to see that big fight here for Heroic. You've been mentioning like it has to be Sneaking that needs to die first, but his positioning has been solid, and without the gem, it's been a bit difficult for them to at least get the vision to be able to jump him. I suppose you have Thunders and Rocket Flare, but it's just not working at the moment for Heroic.
Yeah, you would think you have the tools, but unfortunately they're not quite able to get there. They don't have like an Orchid hero to try and do it. They don't have a Scythe hero to try and just get the easy focus down. They don't have anything that does this like full chain disable that's going to stop this egg from happening. Unless you commit like the big dunk like Echo Slam or Black Hole or something. But then of course that's just going to give too much space to Skeeter that even if there is no egg and somebody to help him, it might not be winnable at this point with all the sustain that he has.
Yeah.
All right, he got the shard. It does not apply to the clockwork. I can confirm. Yeah. He does not get the bonus 8 damage. All right. Today I learned. But it did apply to himself.
122 damage now. 20 is Amar. What is even in the other facet for the Legion? I don't even know. Spoils of War.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is under attack.
Wait, what's the Mars one called then? Oh, Victory Feast is the name of the Mars one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Get those two mixed up.
A decent high ground ward for Heroic up top, but I don't know if they're feeling confident enough to be able to use it. Schofield is... Wow, okay. Nearby to go for the jump. They are just avoiding fights by the looks of it. What are we close to from Heroic? I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to delay long enough for Refresher on Enigma. Octarine pretty close for Analog. It seems like that's about it from what they're going to be close to. The issue is now Yuma can't really play on the front. Amar's always ready.
Kind of just waiting to see if they go a little bit too crazy here on the Falcons maybe, but Amar is... he's being smoked up here by Crit. Or sorry, invised up rather.
Waiting for that opportunity. Will not get it by the looks of it. I'm still trying to see, is the condition changing at all for Heroic, or is it still just jump the Phoenix. If you do get that kill, are you looking to reset out of the fight and go back in afterwards, or
I mean,
how does it need to look now?
If you were to get a Echo Slam on 2, like let's say you get the PA and the Tiny, you could just win the fight. Like if he blink echoes and you get a chain stun long enough to get the black hole on top of it with your BKBs, you know, there's no save, right? And then the fight is just kind of over if there's no PA. We know that she's the big dog. We know she's the finishing damage.
Yep.
So you can try that method as well. And with their vision, like if you make the mistake in terms of positioning,
they're gonna be close. KJ puts himself in an opportunity for Malrine to get the toss and quick and easy kill, and they haven't got the ward yet as well.
I like that they don't overcommit as well by Falcons. They don't like jumping on the other heroes because there is just a buyback on the Zeus. Zeus obviously a very good buyback hero. He'll just immediately ulti and Nimbus you. So this kill's good, but it doesn't open up that much. And that was Scythe.
Oh. Not a bad duels. Malrine now stuck inside the middle. They're going to be able to force out the BKB. Skeeter wants to go. We're potentially dying out of the T4 tower. Skeeter's going to have another jump in a couple of seconds. And he is in, now committed. Black Hole is out. They're looking for the duel. He's going to jump inside the Black Hole. The damage, it's not good enough. Another Sun Ray is going to be an issue. Healing up Skeeter. They lost the mask. Skeeter, does he want to go back in though with the BKB being used? He's vulnerable. Deciding otherwise, it's going to be the retreat cord from Falcons, and Yuma needs to stop them. Heroic, can they get any more out of this? Finally, the potential for them to get some kills, but Skeeter, he feels like he can go back inside the middle. Whisper and Yuma on top of him now with a PA in some danger now. Tries to go for KJ, but quick use of the Ghost Scepter. Skeeter, another Phantom Strike. Is he going to get it off the last? Oh, look at this Titanic life steal. Skeeter back up to full, back up in prime shape. Yuma's gone. And now they can look for more. The only issue is the fissure wall. Snaking tries to put himself in a position for Skeeter to jump over, but everyone has ran away, but Falcons will reap the rewards after that fight.
How low? You've got to be kidding me. She was at 15 health. That's crazy. Oh, Skeeter was so close to dead. 15 health and then satanicking back up. That is true pain right there. Range creep hits Phantom Assassin for 4 damage. Wasn't quite enough. That range creep had to hit a little harder. Maybe there was a chance. Alright, well, that'll give him the old mercy killing, really. Analog has the Echo Slam. A couple of juicy targets, but he knows there's not enough follow-up to do anything about it.
I guess... Now you put the better down so the creeps stay there. So extra damage potential with the Echo. Counterintuitive for Falcons.
Yep. Smart.
Joking.
Throwing? Falcons are throwing?
Alright, mega creeps. And like you said, probably looking like the Scylla here from Falcons and Ma. Cover the smoke, still trying to see if there's any freebie lurking inside the base. We'll find it.
Finally got another break here as they grab a Silver Edge on Malrine, and yeah, we go back to this replay now. And you can see he just got so... Look at all this evasion, too. That is just so insane. Boom, boom, boom. Easy full health. Then the Sunray just comes back online, and GG.
Yeah, what a timing there with the toss too. And maybe one more swipe from the bristleback, but Parva's keeping Skeeter up. Now by the looks of it, you're gonna have Aegis. This is everything. Pressure. Who do we give that to? Snaking. He's gonna hold that one.
Yeah, he wants to make some plays.
Today, it is looking a little bit grim for Heroic. They kind of got bodied versus Tundra early on. This game was kind of even for a decent portion of it until we had that first Roche fight, and then that's when really Falcons were able to claw get some separation, and there was just no looking back from them. So Heroic started day one good, but by the looks of it are going to be 0-3 now heading into at least the final game of this series.
Yeah, I mean, even after this game, if they do indeed lose it, they'll still be up on Falcons at the very least in the group. So if they can just pull out game 2 win, they'll still be in a good spot. The Falcons are indeed looking to tie it up.
2%. That's what we were at the moment. See if there's going to be some miracle for them. I mean, they have multiple heroes just stuck inside the fountain. I'll not give that opportunity for Amar. What do you even do? Just put Skeeter first and everyone else behind. No one is clumping up.
That was a big
There'll be no opportunity for a multi-man black hole or multi-man echo. And look, well, why did I say that? Somehow they get the opportunity to clip multiple members, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. Not a second round of the black hole. Skeeter, the Reaper has arrived. Tier 4 soon to 4. Yuma's life as well about to go. He's gonna be able to get rid of the break thanks to the Lotus, but it is not gonna matter. They're gonna be able to catch up. Cleave is good. Analog down to a third. Falcons. Impressive performance for them. Skeeter's going to be able to celebrate with a couple of kills inside the base, and it's a big victory for them. Heroic are looking very competitive at the moment. Puts them back in the win column for Falcons.
Oh, Lotus. Snaking just scything himself here, and yeah, eventually we'll get there. Crit Objective Gaming here is actually trying to target down the buildings.
All right.
I do not think he lost a single supernova this whole game on snaking, right?
No, I don't think so.
I could maybe favor Heroic a little bit. I sound pretty unsure, don't I? Okay, maybe I'm favoring Falcons a bit. But it's Yuma. This is Meepo. This is his most successful hero historically. He's got a 73% win rate in 41 games. It's pretty beast. But a lot of Meepos look like that, of course, because they pick it in situations where they're feeling pretty confident. Hopefully his confidence is not shaken too much on the hero. He's lost 3 of the last 4 when he has picked it up over the past few months. Yeah, we'll see if he can regain his many Meepo plays.
Well, because this is what we were speaking about a little bit before, right? With the Ultra last pick 24th not being as strong at the moment. This used to be one of those like 24th cheese heroes that could potentially just win the game. So we'll see if it would go back to what we've seen previously. Yuma is able to get a victory for the boys on Heroics. A little bit of a late smoke for them. Crit does run into Yuma, meanwhile Heroic. Did they get a glimpse of Skeeter? It looks like they did. It's a little bit awkward if Schofield's not going to be able to get in range, but the blood grenade will assist. Analog's going to be here as well, hoping that he can find first blood, and they will make sure they give that one over towards the Lena.
He tried the walkout play as Lycan, because there are angles on those cogs that you can just walk out as any hero, but Lycan has a smaller collision size as well, which I believe works for that. So you actually have a higher chance of getting the straight walkout, but didn't get it.
Oh
Tough
my
one.
God.
Science, bro.
Well, yeah, Snaking's TP got cancelled. That's why I was laughing. Level to Earth 1, level 1. So yeah, you get the D ward. Snaking is going to go through the portal though. I don't know. Is this worth it? What? Is that worth it, honestly? Are you going to get your range creep now with having a gyrocopter?
I'm sure it's fine. I mean, Snaking's going to have a bad time, at least, thanks to it.
That he will, I suppose.
You know, I looked at Crit last game. Do you know how much gold he stole with Janata?
I have absolutely no idea. What are the stat pages say?
24.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Is that funny? Yeah, it's very... You would think that it's going to be like this really cool and annoying thing, but that's it. That's all he got. 24 gold.
Oh, great. What's going on?
I mean, you don't get the egg, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no point. Like, you don't really level it very much. There's not that many moments where you're actually just popping out and right-clicking someone as bounty hunter. You're always just, like, casting shuriken and running away after the earlier parts of the match. Plus, it doesn't steal the gold if they don't have any unreliable gold, which in the early games can happen when you're just punching a support.
When is it leveled? Is it nice in the lane? I have not actually been paying much attention to the skill build on the bounty hunter and when they do go up.
I've seen it depending based on the other support matchup. So in this case, like he's versus the gyrocopter, I would think he'd probably take Shuriken Toss.
Sure.
But I don't know. Maybe he'll see a moment. He's holding the point for now, thinking maybe he can get a little bit of gold, perhaps. But like if you look at what's he got right now? Ooh, he's got 76 unreliable gold. Yum yum yum. Oh yeah, he steals it. Get it, crit.
There we go.
Oh, he levels it out. Yeah, baby. He's rich.
He knew. One more Janata hit away to stealing just as much gold as what he did last game.
Yeah, according to page, I don't know if it was right. Maybe it was wrong, but it did just say 24. So he's already cooking in comparison.
But he is.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, how's some of the other lanes looking?
How dare I look around the map?
Yeah, this is.
Mid lane, it's Analog's got a few creeps out of the tower. They're going to be pretty even. Unfortunately, he's missing some of these creeps, though. Oh my god, he missed that one too. Oh, don't look. Don't look at Lena. All right, I got that one. Missed a couple. So, was even between him and Malrine. And top lane, it's a Lycan and a Crystal Maiden. So, he's just chucking out some Crystal Novas towards that Beastmaster. No Frostbite yet. So, no punish on these boars, but, you know, you're not going to see them leveled up very much here. It'll be an Axe's build for sure.
I wonder if Whisper's going to start sending some of the boars over towards the camps as well.
Yeah, I would hope so. Get those stacks going.
I actually got a rotation. Wait, you're not coming on over.
He's going to put one here. I mean, you don't need it up top, or down bottom rather, so you can try and make these plays.
And we should be able to make a play off the back of it. Here comes the second. And a successful gank. Meanwhile, Schofield also found Snake.
Dude, he got the walkout. Did you see that?
It did, but the body blocks might be good enough at least from Schofield, and that's going to be the case. Nice move from Yuma. Will pay off in the end. A big one from the Meatball, and they're going to be missing a decent amount of creeps under the tower here, unfortunately for Falcons.
Maybe he procced that Cogs. I think I missed it. That didn't look like the right angle. Oh, KJ. Oh, hey, Opa. All right,
No,
leave him.
Hate to see it. I don't know when he TP'd, but apparently he doesn't have one, so he's stuck there.
Oh, he's missing the creeps to pull them over. Nice.
Nice. He's far. Oh, is he trying to die? What's going on? Are we trying to die?
Yeah, he's trying to die.
This is going to take so long. Oh my god, dude.
Kill a crit.
Oh, another
Wow.
again top lane snaking. Got some real action going on. None of this neutral crap. Is it exciting? Well, I guess we can go back to it if nothing happens. It'll take a while.
Yeah, he's still dying.
Not that close yet.
He's buying out.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
So unlucky with all the misses.
Hey.
Finally, there we go. Okay. That's so depressing.
That's a lot of lost time. No stacks, no harassing, nothing you can do but just eventually die.
Has Amar missed the creep? A lot of last hits.
I think he does have a lot of assets right now.
Same with Beast, apparently. Whisper is not only last hitting well, but also killing Snaking.
I mean, that's such a Crystal Maiden maneuver. I mean, they even had this ward watching exactly how they were moving, and they still died. Just so there was really no hope for this duo.
Skeeter, I don't think this works. This is the real Meepo as well. Just gonna say hello, and mid lane, that's where we got some extra heroes, so this will be some emphasis for the power rune. And look, might have put himself in a compromised position. Yeah, that's gonna be the case. We'll have to TP straight away, and he's gonna be okay.
Yuma also got skewered under the tower down bottom, so he got pretty low too. Not enough for a kill, but enough to push him off the wave. And Amara just continues to last until his heart's content. Currently has a Kaya queued up, so he's really feeling greedy.
Okay. Is this early in the game? Is it more for farming or is it damage? I
would say farming. Yeah, like, because I mean, depends how you look at it, I guess. I would think that his initiation looks pretty pivotal to how they have to play this game. So he's basically saying, like, if I go Blink first, my team is not ready to fight. So I want to get a Kaya, then I'll get a Blink, then I'll get a BKB. He wants a little bit of farming while he waits to be increased. Obviously, it's pretty cool with Empower. And just shockwaving.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of damage to the tier 1 tower down bottom, and
Dire structures are
I will force some heroes and then have some extra backup. It's going to be the form of Crit and Melrine. It's close to the tier 1 tower, so there's going to be a response as well. Melrine's going to be cautious, but the stuns is the big thing from Heroic. Everyone's a bit hesitant to be able to face check the mag along with a Razor. The Falcon's going to be A-okay. They may be able to turn it back around, but the nuke is pretty solid. Amar's going to be ready with the RP. As soon as that comes out, Rainbow TPs will be down. Heroic, they're still going to lose the Meepo before they're there quick enough. Whisper lands the roll, but the damage, it's just not there.
Oh,
It is not enough from Whisper, and now he's in trouble. This top net worth hero on Heroic, the person who was having a good game, might be feeding a massive kill over towards Falcons. And Amar and Melrine, the duo that we've seen from them time and time again, just making chaos happen on the map.
How does he make this Razor hero look so good all the time? I don't understand. I don't know how he does it. It's like one of those heroes I just want to hate, but I just can't. What a rotation down bottom here early on in the game. And this fight took forever. This started at literally a minute ago. This all began. And it's just in and out, the sustain, the wands being used. He held his fairy fire the whole time as well. They never like dove too hard for the tower. They were very patient. And they really need this considering what we saw happen in that top lane. The Crystal Maiden and the like just being kicked out. Skeeter's tower going down, but all this pressure down bottom is going to open up a lot more space for Skeeter to actually have a game on this Lycan and get his Midas delivered. The recipe's on the courier right now, so you can try and get these levels up in the Wolves to make use of your facet.
There'll be a lot of space for him, so we'll see how the items can be accumulated pretty shortly from Skeeter, but it does look like the rest of the Falcon heroes, they are posturing quite aggressively, like Melrine with the use of the Observer Ward. Farming inside Heroic's jungle. You've got some heroes playing pretty nearby just in case if they have to come over to assist the Razor. May be able to get KJ? Oh yeah, Plasma Field. Clips on the outskirts. Clip, not level 6 just yet, but he's closing there in regards to the experience. This time with Analog nearby, the damage by the looks of it is going to be enough. So Melrine does step a bit too far over the boundary.
Yeah, even that value cloak, not enough to keep him alive there. And he popped his ulti for that too, so he is certainly pushing it to the limit, but he found it this time. And that's really helpful here for Analog, since he did come out of that lane a little bit behind. That's going to help him catch up towards that Razor. And of course, the boost of travel first Lina needs a little bit of help to get going. And that'll be Schofield getting level 6, presumably, as Crit gets caught by Yuma. Dust does clip him. Cool, Schofield.
Long range Dust. They're going to get him. Yeah, I mean, he's dragging a lot of heroes away. Melrine gets a full wave mid. Top lane again. Ski does fine. Mags farming all your cores. Absolutely loving life at the moment from Falcons. I am intrigued though. One thing to look at is like how some of the mid to late game fights is going to look in regards to the Beastmaster. They're kind of mentioned in regards to the roar and being able to solo kill people without having a save.
Yeah.
Another thing is just like the roar against the Lycan and the Razor, importantly, inside the team fights. This is two heroes, I think, with how you mentioned with the Meepo, with him being really good against the mobile heroes. The roar as well is going to be great against them.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to be, snaking the big ulti here. You don't give me a chance to let it rip, but he throws one down this time. Now Schofield just trying to see if he can suicide to the neutrals, but he won't find it. Taken down by that Lycan. And yeah, magic resistance will be the name of the game for sure for Melrine, right? Between this Meepo and this Lina and Beastmaster Ags, it is magic galore. Amara did skip over the Kaya. He instead just bought a full-out Yasha instead because he really does want to farm. He's going to be farming with the right clicks as opposed to the shockwaves.
So can you do something if you're heroic, or again, like this is just they all also have a little bit more of a slower lineup where they're unable to really make plays.
Yeah, we're kind of chilling, I think. Okay. For both teams. Like, you kind of have Bounty Hunter on one side and Clockwork on the other, who are these, like, yeah, let's go make plays heroes. Let's set up for stuff. And Schofield now, he does have a few friends. So he's going to look for that hook shot plays. It comes back up in 3 seconds.
Dire's middle tower
They definitely have a little bit more of a solution to initiation comparatively to the Dire. Crit. Yeah, he's trying to D-ward. Schofield denies his face.
Did draw the line of where Amar was. Looks like Yuma's probably going to be close enough to be able to get the Earthbind. Amar might get the kill before he dies, and he has to drop the RP for it, though, unfortunately. There is another fight happening top at the same time as well. Schofield getting dived onto the T1 tower. Melreen has the threat of the roar from Whisper maybe to hold him back, but they're not even going to try and use it. Probably would have died afterwards anyway. So a couple kills across everywhere.
Amar is the top net worth hero, though, so feeling pretty good to get that onto your Lina right now as heroic. And it's going to push him closer to that Aghanim Scepter to get our Flame Cloak up and flying around. And by the time it arrives, I mean, there is a Mage Slayer done right now from Alreen, so that will be helpful. But what else will be on the table in terms of survivability? Not a whole lot.
Unfortunately, not at this stage. Thinking maxed out Frostbite. We'll see how much farming he can get up to if he wants to get into that Glimmer early. I got some pretty aggressive wards around the triangle. It's maybe going to try and be a bit of a nuisance, and it looks like he will get it. Oh, KJ smoking. And one hero hookshot inside the river. Schofield will stop crit on those shenanigans. He's like, all right, you're going to try and venture. Yeah.
Now Whisper smoking up here with the Ags, trying to find a free kill. Snaking will just pop the smoke as he TPs out. And of course, if Analog gets a little bit of mana, this could be a roar into TP. We got the smoke up, though. The blink reveal coming from Amar. See what kind of a big kill they can get. The Wolves are going to spot out Analog. This is who they want. They have the hamstring.
They should be able to find him. Maybe Schofield as well. He's caught up Amar. Yeah, he's going to get them. RP onto both. Skewer close towards Melreen's location. That's a great initiation, and they'll be rewarded. Whisper is here. He's still got the roar as well with the turn potential. Eyes on where Yuma. Finally, Meepo's going to be able to scurry into the middle, but it is a bit too late. They're losing members, and they're losing them fast. Yuma is not enough to be able to turn the tides and make amends for the start.
What a reveal. Great use of the Wolves there. This is one of the things we talk about a lot with Magnus, is that Magnus hates to be the first one in. It's very difficult to find good RPs when you're forced and pressured to be the first one to jump in, but Lycan solves a lot of that alongside the bounty, because in reality, it's not so much about being the first one in, it's just about having extremely good vision. That's what can make up for that as a Magnus. So the Wolves, the hamstring. Oh, dude, he freaked me out. I thought he missed that RP. I thought someone canceled his blink. I was about to feel pretty bad for him, but nope. No, he's just going to grab him, skewered him into LSA, not enough. Malrine does fall pretty quickly to the Ags, of course. Does help with the roar to set up for that Meepo jump in, but it was a worthy trade here for Falcons.
Goes to the T1 tower. They're going to try and get a little bit of revenge. A big one onto Amar. And Melreen fearing the possibility of moving in and also feeding over his own life as well. The Wolves should catch up to Schofield.
I think he's dead.
Oh, God. He is... Oh, okay. No, he's not.
Not even close. Teammates are going to stay
on Helm. Has to be done.
I've seen this a few times from support players going for the Helm versus the Lycan. So I think Poppy was doing on the ET, as they're going to lose Snaking as well. Add a second kill here. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Just grabbing yourself an Alpha Wolf. Cute play.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't smoke yourself multiple times to be able to get away from them. It has been really frustrating with the tracks to help out these Wolves. So you're going to have to itemize accordingly.
Yeah, of course, that Alpha Wolf shard as well. Yeah.
There we go.
The Wolf Howls. It does also work on the Lane Wolves too, so they're pretty powerful.
Oh, did he buy it? Are we seeing that?
Yeah, it's prioritized pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah. They just really help push out and control the map, and they get your facet too, so they're just better.
Now with Echo Saber and full map control up top, look at the ward coverage they have. Falcons feeling confident with being able to enter into the pit. It will scared once again early on from Heroic, like we saw last game for First Roche, but this time it's going to go down too fast for them to be able to contest. See who they give Aegis over to. It's going to be Skeeto, is it going to be Melrine? Looks like the Rage is going to be the one to claim that second life.
I did wonder how early Snake King would grab this shard. So I'm curious to see it versus the Meepo, because in theory, it's incredibly strong versus Meepo. So being able to create an AoE Frostbite.
Yep. Picking
Meepo now picking up
blade.
Yeah, that's a key item. That's a big one.
Is there a trinity of items like the Meepo needs until we start to feel quite confident about him inside the fight?
Yeah, this was the Holy Trinity the last time Meepo was really strong, right? It was this Blink plus the Disperser and the Eggs, which, I mean, he's getting there. He's got them all queued up. He knows what he wants. We'll see if he ends up committing for that as the full build. But, of course, you know, we always have our other items that sometimes just come into play. Stats, Scotties, Dragon Lances, Hurricane Pikes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
KJ? Quick and easy kill, no real messing around from Falcons. It's going to be like that by the looks of it, but they don't have to commit too heavily. Ag shot from Amar and Melrine in. They're still going to try and fight. Crit over the left side is going to be scouted out. Amar trying to disrupt Whisper, who will get brought on the outskirts, but there was no follow-up. It was a little bit awkward spellcasting from Whisper.
I mean, Analog does have this Ags and Shard right now, though, so Mallory needs to be careful he doesn't just lose the Aegis. Very spooky stuff. So they get some gold bonuses thanks to the help of the track. They'll just run away.
Happy with that. 4,000 net worth lead they're starting to build up from Falcons.
Crit going for the big plays. He's grabbed the Atos to help control this Lina as she gets a flame cloak. We see this a lot because they want to delay their BKB for so long. The Atos often comes into play. And then immediately into the Force Staff, which is going to try and disrupt these LSA combos. So if someone gets hookshot, they don't want to get follow-up LSA. If they get roared, you don't want the follow-up LSA. It's just trying to create enough of a break that Lina has to commit further into the fight and make herself vulnerable. And hopefully you're not seeing these 100-0 kills.
Amar. What a timing keep, but the smoke is just a second late, but he might still be able to get in range.
Dude, he's
if
crazy.
He wants to go for it. Drag back, Melrin's ready. Snake King's nearby as well. They're going to be able to get the Mega Meepo up, but it does not matter. The damage, it's just too much once they're all clumped up and multiple Falcon members here nearby. What a read from Amar.
He's still looking. He's going over by the defender's gate like, anyone else lurking around here? That was beautiful. The timing of the Tormentor spawn, because you know these Meepo players, like the whole team wants to go around it because it's just so free with the Meepo. And Amar. Yeah, beautifully done here. Oh, one RP.
Perfect.
He's lucky he even got off the Mega Meepo, but did not end up being enough help there. Obviously, everyone else was just too far to even have a hope of trying to do something. Plus, you're still fighting into an Aegis for another minute and 40 seconds. And they're going to take that RP kill immediately into the tower. They are coming out here, though.
Really?
On Heroic, yeah, with the Meepo respawning. They're going for a big play.
We're looking for Amar. No stuns to be able to stop this here away. Now it's looking awkward. A pincer's going to occur over to the right side. Shapeshift Skeeter will be able to enter the fight shortly. They've lost a couple, but importantly, the cleanup crew can still look for the fight. Skeeter and Melrine playing hand in hand. They're going to be able to take Analog out of the equation. No Lina now for the damage source, so all eyes on Yuma. He will do a good job to be able to stop Skeeter. Turning into the Mega Meepo. Meepo over to the secret shop. We've lost another, which means Yuma doesn't really have any backup. Importantly, the shapeshift has expired, so it's just hoping that the Wolves is enough with the hamstring bite, and that is the case. Skeeter gets the dominating streak, and Falcons looks like they'll still be able to trade somewhat even inside this engagement. Are we done just yet, though? Schofield stuck around for a little bit too long without the roar. Whisper's going to do whatever he can, but I mean, this is just over-ambitious. Skeeter will still die by the looks of it. Melreen, the sole survivor, and is a lot of danger with the BKB on cooldown. It's just both supports heroic. Have they got what it takes? Though Snaking's going to be nearby, close enough to be able to assist with Melreen, who is still alive. Melreen, no way he's going to be able to escape from this. Analog cuts him down, but Amar, he died to start the fight, and he is back in. Melreen is question marking them, and they are dancing on Analog, and his grave, it's going to be dug. Heroic just cannot catch a break.
He's question marking because Schofield helmed the Alpha Wolf so the Lina could TP in, but then of course, even though she gets the kill, she immediately gets blown up by his allies. He's like, was it worth it? In the end, kinda. It's not the worst, you know. It's a 700 gold surplus for Falcons, but they also gained a lot of XP on the side of the Radiant, especially for this Lina, as we see the two Wolves were doing a lot of work. Good luck by Whisper, I think, to come back into this one, because you have to find some plays. You got to play a little bit desperate right now. I think trading out for the Mag's not too shabby. Unfortunately, he dies first, so he misses out on the bounty. And then that Wolf that he steals right here with the Helm Creep will help them get back in with the Lina, but didn't work out too well for them in the end.
No, unfortunately, it did not. They were around top for 3 minutes on Falcons. We saw that fight by the Tormentor.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you see the conclusion close to the 23-minute mark from them. So 9,000 gold that they're working on. And this bounty hero, it just continues to look really good in the hands of Falcons.
All right, come on. Skeeter, don't buy a Glimmer. Buy an Axe. Let me see this
Glimmer.
Wolf Magnus.
Huh? Where are the signs of life from Heroic? Where is this Meepo that they were hoping for? The 24th Meepo pick as well, we have to keep in mind. I mean, this is Yuma, his best hero, and he is unfortunately going to have a lot of work cut out for him, and he might be in trouble. They've got a Wolf nearby to stop. Okay, that was too late. Never mind.
Yeah, that would have been brutal. That's it's tough. I mean, last pick Meepo, you are the lowest net worth core. You picked it into RP, which has proved to be a bit of a problem. Plus the cleave, obviously, is just, even when he does Mega Meepo, he's already so low. KJ is going to get caught way up top here by Amar. Goes for the TP, but unfortunately for him, Crit is nearby, so not only does he get Atos to stop his TP, he also gets tracked for a little bit more gold. Crit now going to find Yuma's Meepo. Doesn't cancel the blame.
Yuma? Oh. It's in front of the T2 tower. RP used a little bit awkward from Amar, but he's okay. Now Skeeter's going to be in and powered up, charging forward, but Analog up with the high ground, all or nothing over towards the Lycan. Skeeter, can he slip out? He can. BKB, he is fine.
He goes back
now
in.
Actually feels confident enough to be able to go back in. They are fighting without Whisper.
All right.
Yuma through the portal. They're going to get him. They will. Amar, last second skewer. What? Oh, he's
They
out.
they only have roots.
Okay.
So because of his roots, he can still just keep trying to TP.
Oh, it's not going to matter though. They're still going to be able to clip him once he goes through the portal. Falcons will follow him.
So in Amar's defense, that was Crit's Force Staff. When he tried to RP the Meepo. Could have been even more beastly play if it had worked out right, but Crit still had the right idea. Just get him away from the Meepo chain. And obviously it still worked out fine. I don't know how Skeeter survived there. He was so low. And then he managed to go back in and immediately heal back up.
It's a GGK, bro. Well, you said it last game. Come on,
Yep.
see this item and it just all makes sense. Everything clicks.
Unlosable.
Unlosable. We've been speaking about like mid heroes being baits and not having confidence in them. I know Tiny's one of them for you. Is Lina another? Does this hero win games?
I think she's a game winner with the right core duo. I don't know if Meepo is one of them. I can see it a lot. Like, Meepo is allowed to be poorer in a game like this because you have a Lina and it can still function and maybe work. But overall, like, I like the Lina mid when we're doing these kind of like cheeky position ones like Tide and Beastmaster, or I don't know, heroes that have a little bit of control and they desire to be in the middle of the fight. I want chaotic space makers to give breathing room to my Meepo or to my Lina. Unfortunately, Meepo is like so similar to Lina. Like, you're trying to play the whole map, you're trying to show up as the fight breaks out, and you kind of have this survivability and save of the Mega Meepo, but you also need to be really far ahead to get the most out of that, and obviously that's not happening for Yuma.
It is not. And this fight has to go well here for Heroic. One more loss in this game puts itself in a position where it is...
Peter?
Oh. Did he see them? What? I believe so. They're all starting to move over. There's a high ground one advantage. Whisper's going to try and get the jump of the force stop, puts him further over to the left, away from Analog, who will still drop the combo. Skeeter is down this time, but it was everything, which means Melring should be pretty free inside the team fight. Schofield's took off the hook shot to try and prove to be a bit of an issue, but Yuma is not here for the fault because Yuma's getting controlled RP, freezing field over to the left side. It's just two heroes. That's all they need. All the AoE control they have in their lineup to deal with the Meepo, and that is good enough. And meanwhile, Crip, he is slowing down the Lina as well. So what looked like an okay start, you blow up Skeeter, but it just doesn't matter.
No, they're just going to jump in immediately after the rest of the fight. The Wolves were also still up and doing work, scouting, chasing the Lina, and making sure that Crick could also cancel her TP as an attempt to get out of that one. So, I mean, Meepo and Lina, they both want to be the top of the board. Neither of them are, so you know this is going to be a hard game. I mean, I like the positioning that they had on the side of Heroic. You can see how this could work. Great force staff again here from Crit, just like dragging it out, right? They're making use of that roar kill. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of resources. The Mage Slayer tags up Analog here, so you know, your damage isn't that great. Misses the LSA. The fight isn't centralized enough where he's able to just be pelting into someone. Like, he wants to be over there, where they're ganging up on his Meepo. That's where your Lina wants to be. As I say that, some players coming through here. They're getting kind of low.
Oh, yeah, they are getting low.
Oh, big flare. Oh, Melring.
Oh, another one?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, Yuma's here. Whisper's here as well. Is anyone else going to be able to join? Unfortunately, they're a little bit too late to come through the portal, and maybe it was just a bait. Clockwork's praying for them to come, but I mean, it's just not the fight. It is just not the fight at all. Still with this deficit. You thought there was an opportunity with everyone low from the rocket flare, yeah, and Amaru's like, yes, go for it. You just baited them with the flare.
Yeah, but there were so many flares. We did, Schofield. We saw your beautiful flares. Unfortunately, they weren't quite enough.
No, they were not. KJ. It's one route. There's apparently another one coming shortly. Oh.
Ow,
This is
that's
the
a lot of
Falcons
damage.
that we were... It is a lot of damage. This is the Falcons we were expecting. Not the Heroic, at least, we were expecting. I thought this was going to be a much more competitive series.
They went for a risky choice here in the Meepo. It is certainly a hero that you can get games like this, unfortunately. If you do snowball, if you become the Mega Meepo and the fights are going well, you get these incredible matches, and then sometimes this happens. You're below the enemy bounty hunter.
So the loss streak will continue by the looks of it for Yuma, unless something's going to change pretty shortly, but...
Oh, Crit?
Get the jump on a Crit, but this is not the person you want to be roaring at desperate times. That everything can be committed for a kill you are not even going to get.
Damn, force staff's too good between Crit and Snaking.
Oh, nice Cure back as well. Analog has to over-position to try and nuke down the bounty.
Amar didn't even use the RP, so he still has it.
I suppose at least able to get the blink away from the harpoon. Amar glimmering up Looking for the opportunity for that RP inside the base if anyone's going to show. Schofield will not want to commit the big ultimate. They're just here for the buildings by the looks of it.
Yeah, creeps are coming.
What? I'm not.
Hello.
Yo. He knew he was there and they still got both of them. Okay.
Oh, man. Mara's pretty good at this hero, I gotta say. Very good Magnus performance so far this game. And, Skeeter, come on now. 4,800 gold, buddy. I know you want it. I know you want that Aghanims. Come on, have a little fun. Let Amara be his best self. Let him unleash the wolf.
Yeah, let everyone else have fun.
Don't buy an AC or something lame.
Come on. Just buy it out. You have the gold. What's going on?
Busy thinking about next series.
Yeah.
He's already moved on. He's gonna save some of this gold for the next match.
Maybe he's thinking about food as well. I mean, they're over for the day. They can chill for a little bit, kick back.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oh, he blinked. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Just blinks the wrong direction. Fortunate that Amara is already there to be able to cancel his TP. It is apparently not Heroic's day. They are... So this is just what it is for them. They 4-0 day 1. Now they 0-4 day 2.
Quite literally, hero to 0, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Skeeter's gold. Just like, come on, bro. Help us out. 7,000 gold, man.
Are scanning.
What are you gonna do? Buy a moonshard? What were we doing?
Could see someone? Well, the Wolves at least were able to scout out a member. And boost support's going to be stuck lurking outside the base by the looks of it. Falcons. Okay, it's going to miss on the hook shot from Schofield to try and find a way out. And this game is getting more and more over by the... What are we? How much gold do we have? 8,100.
He's
Are we not?
so hard, too, on this Lycan, man. Jeez. Satanic. Boo!
Panic boring.
Boo!
Super boring.
All right, buy back
All right,
here.
let's go.
No hook shot for 14, but he's got the overclocking. He has the power.
Nice, still the Wolves. Yes.
Where?
Feed them. All right, well, it's just Megas, and you're going to lose the cock. Yuma tries to jump in. Melrin's doing a good job to be able to hold Whisper back, who does get the roar at the last second, but Glimmer Cape, I mean, I don't know if there's some beef or something. We got some more Orchak on, a smiley face and question marks earlier.